I don't think it's serious. I don't think the market's taking it that seriously. The whole global economy is under pressure, and there are bound to be these kinds of views coming from the rating agents, particularly after they messed up so heavily on subprime. So I think they're much more cautious, and it's true.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to take this economy day by day. No one's quite sure how it's going to unfold. There's so many different opinions. Yesterday, China comes out with a stimulus package. Today, people are saying that there's double counting. It's not going to be enough, and so on. So you find resources coming down. So I think one just has to watch this literally on a minute-to-minute, day-by-day basis.
And there's so much varying information. We saw the pound now at a 12-year low or a 13-year low as well. People there getting out of British gilts as well. There's a lot of people trying to find out where exactly they should be putting their money.
We don't know. You know, from one day to the next, you don't know where you are. You know, call it bipolar, call it schizophrenic, whatever it is. Yesterday, you feel elated. You feel that commodity prices are going up and you want to come in and buy. Today, you're doing the opposite. You know, talk to Piet Viljoen later on about Mr. Market. This is Mr. Market confusing you. But even ignoring Mr. Market, ignoring the market, it's very difficult to get a reading on where the global economy is working, or whether all the action taken by central bankers or by treasuries is actually going to work. You know, I believe it will. I think that we're slowly clawing our way up. But you have a day today, Geoff, top 40 shares, not one share went up. And yesterday we were up 5%. So how do you explain that to
almost 7% each today? They were up probably that much yesterday.
The best was ArcelorMittal. Yesterday it went up 14.5%. Today it was down 11%. So, you know, where you position? Can you imagine if you bought your clients at the top of the market, believing this was going to continue?
Yeah.
How do you explain an 11% drop the next day?
And of course, proclamations from the likes of GE, Fannie Mae, saying we're probably going to need more money to settle things out. Not
I
helping.
think General Motors.
We'll be chatting mining in a bit.
Yeah. That's a disaster. That was the leading American company for years. America was led by its Ford and General Motors. Today, it's a company on the brink of bankruptcy that has to appeal to Treasury or to the Fed to save it, to give it bridging finance to get over a very difficult, the worst sales I think in 17 years, worst motor sales.
Moving closer to home, Uranium One or Solidarity coming out saying they're going to have to fire about 1,013 workers at Dominion because now that's shut, and probably doesn't look particularly good for the future of Dominion.
No, I see the share price came down about 30% today, but I suppose it was up 20% last week. So.
It's difficult to tell these things.
Geoff, we're going to go through that. We saw Merafe also cutting back on production. Platinum miners also, a bit concerned about what the outlook is for next year. So expect this to come through, and this is going to cause disruptions in the market. But from a South African economic point of view, and it's against that background that Fitch and S&P are making their comments. We might see a complete, not a collapse, but certainly a slowdown in production, a slowdown in mining.
What did you make of Coronation's results?
Expected. I mean, in this kind of market, they did attract money through fixed interest investments. They're quite good in that side of it. But where they come down is on performance fees. You can see the revenue has come down dramatically, even though assets under management remain the same. So anybody who is, and most of the asset managers have relied, during the good markets, they make huge amounts because the market goes up and they take big chunks from performance fees. When it goes down, it's a different story. And I think we saw it with KDs, we've seen it with Coronation.